Well, hello everyone. Thank you again so very much for sitting back down and joining me today. It is so very nice to meet you if I have not already met you in some way, shape, form, or manner. My name is Ryan, and today we've got another collection update video, recent pickups video. This is going to be everything else that came in throughout the month of August. I'm going to try to do all of the non-sale pickup purchases as a monthly collection update. If there's a larger amount, like there sort of was with August, then I'll definitely do like a mid-month update. But I'd like to do it kind of monthly for all of the non-sale purchases. And there's a good bit of stuff here. Severance order not included because it's somewhere, I believe, in Los Angeles, and I'm becoming increasingly nervous about that. But let's sort of go into it. First off, let's look at this hat. I really enjoy this hat. There's a quick story about this hat that I'll get into in a second, but it's fitting because I am even more excited for the pre-order that I did of the Friday the 13th Scream Factory box set with those extras that were announced. Did you see the extras that were announced? Because I'm very excited. But no, one of the Spirit Halloween stores opened up in my area, and it was a big mistake for me to go and to bring my oldest daughter. She's only 4, but she loves things that are spooky, and she's just an enabler. And I spent over $100 on things that were not decorations or costumes, because I don't know, costumes are pretty much out of the picture for this year, and decorations, we need more, but I'm scooping up the clearance ones. So, yeah, I spent a lot of money on stuff, but I got a really cool hat out of it, and this Trick or Treat lollipop, Sam's lollipop from Trick or Treat, because she saw a big plush of Sam, and obviously she's way too young to see Trick or Treat, but she thought that he was awesome, and my response was right. And then she's like, I want to get him. And the way that I budget, I have money that's set aside just for her, and so she had it in her budget. I was like, of course. And then I saw this, and I'm like, well, Sam's got this lollipop. Don't you need to have one too, right? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And so, okay, it's a little embarrassing, I guess, but let's sort of go into all of this. It looks like I've got a mullet going on here. I don't have a mullet, but it does sort of look like it, but I guess that's fitting, living in the South, I guess. So we're just gonna have mullet Ryan today, because that's what it looks like. If I sound a little off, I'm sorry. I've got a lot of sinus issues going on. My dog is sneezing as well. I've got a lot of sinus issues going on. I'm overworked, overtired, pulling 7 days of the old day job this week. So, but we got to keep making videos because I'm excited to show off things and talk to you guys about things. So, and to show off my my ridiculous purchases, because I'm a sucker for full priced licensed horror merch, I guess. So, let's go let's go right into it. This was one that I was able to pick up. I got this one, I had to purchase it online because it was never at my local Walmarts, and I was able to get it at the reduced price. I picked this one up on Amazon, and I was so happy to get it. And this is one, you've been able to see it through here because there's a big spot missing. Because like I've said before, I'm a monster, and when things come in, I open them and I shelve them. And this is going to be the Scream Factory's Fly box set collection with all 5 films. And Heath, it does pass the knock test. Very much like the Omen one. The Omen one passes the knock test, but the thing about the Omen one, it's very similar with this in terms of knockability, because the old adage is if you like it, knock it. So we're looking at probably about a B+. A B+ to a B- on knockability. The Lindsay Baker set is currently rocking at an A-. So when it comes to knockability with box sets, the Lindsay Baker one really kind of has a B, but I mean, you know, B+, B- on knockability. So we're going to be doing a whole series on this, as we are doing with Al Adamson, Lindsay Baker, and The Omen. There we go. And one of the reasons, because I'm very interested about this too, because what's on here, this is Cronenberg's version of The Fly, his remake, and this is the only one that I'm actually familiar with. So with this being a very affordable drop in price, it was a no-brainer for me, because I absolutely adore this film, because this was the one that I saw, because I'm a big fan of Chef Goldblum. And on here, you've got the original, was it 1954? 1953? I'm way off. 1958. 1958, The Fly, the original one, with Vincent Price as David Hedison's, Hedison? Yes, David Hedison's brother. It's his brother, right? Yes. And you've got the sequel, The Return of the Fly, and then The Curse of the Fly. So you've got the 3 original Fly movies, Fly series, all with some audio commentaries, and I don't think there's a lot of really... The first one has the most sort of features on it. The final one they really gave no love to. And then you've got the original Cronenberg Fly, or the original remake, I guess, and then the sequel that Cronenberg, or really anybody, to my knowledge, had anything to do with. But there's a good bit of features on here, but I have never seen the sequel to Cronenberg's The Fly. Never ever seen it before. So I'm very excited to check this one, to check all of these out, because I'm going to be revisiting The Fly. And this will probably be a good time to show my wife The Fly. I don't know if she really like it. I've never really shown her anything Cronenberg, and The Fly is absolutely disgusting. But it's just some fantastic effects when it comes to the things that they did with Brundlefly. So I don't know if she'll enjoy it, but I'm excited to rewatch it, and I'm excited to hear her opinions on it. So we'll be going through each of the editions or the installments in the Fly box set from Scream Factory in the near future, so be on the lookout for that. The next one that I got here, this was a newer Blu-ray release, I believe. Both of these next two were newer Blu-ray releases. And I was at Best Buy, and it's funny because a month ago I picked up the DVD copy at Walmart because I used to have a DVD copy of it, and then it went the way of all things, and I think it was like $5, and just seeing it, I realized that it was just one of those ones that I never got back. So I bought it, and then like 3 weeks to a month later, this 45th anniversary edition Blu-ray comes out, and I had to buy that. So because I mean, this is a movie that I will buy in every format. If this gets a 4K next week, I'm buying it. So that is going to be the 45th anniversary edition of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Richard O'Brien's Rocky Horror Picture Show. It was Jim Sharman, not Sharman, right? No, it is Sharman, but it's not spelled like Sharman. So really nice glittery slip cover on here. No difference in the artwork on here, but there's a lot of really good features on here. Rocky Horror Picture Show, I have such a love for it because I discovered it when I was about 11 years old. To me, it may sound strange, but to me, it came in at the perfect time. Even though I did say in the last video that Shock Treatment is, in my opinion, better, that does not mean that I discredit Rocky Horror Picture Show in any way, shape, or form. Because Rocky Horror holds a very, very special place in my heart, and there's a lot of really good features on here as well, both US and UK versions. They've got the picture-in-picture show where you've got all of the audience cues that are on there, which I know that was on my DVD copy. But a lot of these I don't know. There's an alternate black and white opening, which I don't believe that I've ever seen, an alternate credit ending and a misprint ending. There's a bunch of featurettes, the Time Warp music video, audio commentary with Richard O'Brien and Patricia Quinn, deleted scenes, outtakes, all that good stuff. So there's a lot that's in here. Hopefully, it definitely does not seem to be Dandelion special features. So, and plus, I mean, even if they were Dandelion special features for something like Rocky Horror, I'm gonna end up watching them anyway. So, I'm happy to have bought this twice in a month. So, or this will be the 3rd or 4th time that I bought Rocky Horror. So, and I'll buy it again. So, this one was in the same boat. This was a Blu-ray release, and it was a steelbook, and that same day it was like $12, and I used to have probably like a flip disc DVD way back in the day when I had first discovered this movie when I was probably 10 years old, which I think is a great time to discover this movie, and that is going to be Airplane. What more is there to say about Airplane? It is the goofiest, it's one of the goofiest comedies and one of the most nonsensical comedies that I've ever seen, and I absolutely adore it. So much of my love for it is definitely nostalgic, but so many of these jokes, as dumb as they are so incredibly clever and so well written, and some of these scenes are just so outrageous, but it's brilliant. And I mean, so what more can really truly be said about Airplane? There's a lot that could be said about the sequel, which I haven't seen in many, many years, but I remember not being a very big fan of it. Anybody care to chime in on what you think of the sequel? Because I really don't remember. But you've got the... so it's a pretty nice steelbook on here. You've got the autopilot right there, the inflatable autopilot. So a lot of really good stuff in there. So I'm excited to check this one out. Check out the Blu-ray release and just to revisit it, because it's been many, many years since I've seen that. This was also the same Best Buy trip. This was like $6, and I've never seen this film. I've never seen this film. This is one of those classic Steve McQueen flicks that I've just never seen. I know Richard Attenborough's in this. I believe Donald Pleasance is in this as well. Yep, he is. And I know there's a Criterion release of it, but for $6, I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, not pick it up when it's one that I've always wanted to see, and that's going to be The Great Escape. I've never seen The Great Escape. So I'm really, really excited to check this one out for the very first time for me. So it's a John Sturges flick. What was the year on this? 1963. Not really. I mean, there's an audio commentary with John Sturges and some featurettes on here, which could be interesting, but I've never ever seen The Great Escape, and for all of the talk that's around it and the fact that it has its own Criterion release, I mean, that's enough right there. So for $6, absolutely. These next two came from Hamilton Book. Oh, jiggled the camera a little bit there. Sorry about that. Next two came from Hamilton Book. These were some of the ones that when I believe it was MVD. MVD did their like out of print or going out of print Arrow sale, and I picked up some of those titles. Didn't get. There was a bunch that I did not get as well. One, A Fish Called Wanda, was not able to get on both sites. And then 3 of the ones that I didn't get showed up on Hamilton Book, and when I was able to purchase them, only 2 were left, but that's okay. So we've got Kazuki's Rage of Honor. So I'm excited to check this one out too. I don't know really anything about this one. I really, really don't, because I believe the other one was, because it's Rage of Honor, and the one that came before it is Pray for Death. I believe it's Pray for Death. And they have both of those. Pray for Death was unavailable. But we've got Rage of Honor. I really just like that alternate cover art because the original one is so cheesy, but it's almost beautiful. It's almost beautiful in a way, just how ridiculously cheesy it is. But so I'm excited to check this one out because I've heard a lot of really good things about this one. Special features wise, there is a interview with Sho Kosugi, looking back on his career, an interview with the composer, a bunch of featurettes, still galleries. I don't think there's really any commentary or anything like that on here. Not from what I can see, but I am excited to check this one out. And this one is another one that Heath over at Serial at Midnight gives the highest of praises to, and I've never seen it. And this is Frankenheimer's Ronin with Robert De Niro. In a beautiful, beautiful slipcase. There's going to be the other artwork on there as well, because that's what I love. This is my second Arrow that has a slipcase, because my second one that has a slipcase. I've never seen this one. It's a pulse-pounding, action-packed crime thriller featuring an all-star cast headlined by Robert De Niro and Jean Reno. So I have never ever seen this before. So I'm really, really excited for this. There's a bunch of featurettes on here. An appreciation about Ronin and Robert De Niro's performance in Ronin by Quentin Tarantino. And it's a brand new 4K restoration from the original negative, so really excited to check out Ronin. This next one was a pickup from Grindhouse Video, as you guys know that I love. And I had heard Mr. Aaron Pinn from the Cult of Cinema talk about this one before on his channel, and he had talked about it on one of the last times that he was on the Just the Discs podcast, which everybody should be listening to, and that is a Vinegar Syndrome title that I was able to get the gorgeous slipcase for as well, and that is Blood Games. Now, Blood Games, here's the, I can show this one. So this is the other artwork for it. So from kind of what he was saying is that when you're looking into this, it sort of seems like this really cheesy, almost sleazy type of revenge tale. But this is definitely, from what I'm understanding, not that kind of movie at all. That this is almost a little bit more indicative of the kind of film that we're going to be getting here. And I know there was a reversible artwork on it as well. So here's the other one right there, which looks really nice. I want to say, I'm dropping everything. All right, so this is gonna be set as this like sort of like a tale of revenge, where you've got this group of women that are playing this game of baseball with these really like disgusting men, and it turns into this. Obviously, they are, very violent men, and it turns into this crazy game of cat and mouse that goes into this whole bloody revenge tale. So really, really excited to check this one out, and the slipcover on this is absolutely gorgeous. These next two were two of the Scream Factory Roger Corman releases, the last batch that they had done I missed out on, and so I went ahead and picked these one up. One I've seen before, one is a complete blind buy. The one, let's go into both of them. Attack of the Crab Monsters and Death Sport. Death Sport with David Carradine is going to be the one that I have not seen before. I don't know anything about this one, but to get both of them at 1,000 copies, yeah, the FOMO was real. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that too much, but so with Attack of the Crab Monsters, really, really excited. I've never actually seen this one except for like probably like a nasty TV cut of it, or probably seeing it on TV, and the only way that I ended up even knowing about it was because of Chopping Mall. That was the way that I was able to know about it. And on here we've got a 2K scan from the fine grain print and audio commentary with Tom Weaver, John Burness, and Mike Burness. An interview with Roger Corman, Joe Dante, Peter Bogdanovich, Peter Fonda, and more. So really, really excited to check this one out, to be able to revisit the telepathic crabs. So, and Death Sport, I don't know anything about Death Sport. It just seems absolutely wild and insane just from what you're able to see there. 1,000 years in the future, following the Great Neutron Wars, the world is divided into desert wastelands and isolated city-states. Lord Zerpola captures the notorious Death Ranger Kaz to fight to the death in his game Death Sport. So, really, really excited to check that out. Very excited. On here we got an audio commentary with the co-director and the editor, theatrical trailer, TV and radio spots, still gallery. So really just the commentary on there. But yeah, really glad that I was able to get these two, because I missed out on the last batch. This one is gonna be the feature title from the Disney Movie Club, and this is one that I'm glad to own on 4K. And I'm really, really excited to introduce this to my oldest. I know that I showed it to her when she was probably a year and a half, around there. Like, you know, too young to really actually pay attention to it. But that's going to be The Lion King. To kind of show my age a little bit, because I am pretty young, this actually was the first movie that I ever saw in theaters. My parents actually still have the ticket stub from The Lion King, and apparently I spent most of the time looking at the projection booth, looking at the light coming through there. So really excited though to have this and to see it in 4K, because the Disney animated films in 4K look absolutely stunning. And I'm just excited to check this one, to show this to my daughter and to revisit it. She knows some of the songs, of course, but not the actual film itself. This one I was walking around Target, and it had dropped down to $5. And I really, really like this film. I've, as you could tell from, you know, Rocky Horror, and I was talking about Shock Treatment, I really do enjoy musicals, film musicals, musical theater, all that stuff. And I really, really dig this film. I will defend this film, because I think that it's really, really good. And that is going to be La La Land. And it came with a slipcover, this like glittery, glossy slipcover. So I really, really, really dug this. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone do give very good performances, pretty decent singing voices, and I really, really enjoyed. They have this sort of almost bombastic, very chorus-driven songs, and then a lot of it is just this like sultry jazz soundtrack that really, really enjoyed it. This is going to be the alternate artwork that was on there, so that was cool, because I haven't seen this artwork on there. It says that it is loaded down with 3 hours of special features that I don't think, because just knowing what I know from studio releases such as this, I don't think they're going to be worth 3 hours for, but I don't know, because I really, really like La La Land, so we will see. The last one that I got was a like a $5 pickup at Walmart. I think at least one of these has a standalone Blu-ray release. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was an MBD DVD that they had put out, a double feature DVD, and it was $5, and I haven't seen either of these two Van Damme flicks, so it's going to be Black Eagle and Lionheart. Hadn't seen either one of these films, so for $5 to pick this up, because maybe they both have standalone Blu-ray releases, but I really don't think so. I think it's just one of them, but really, really excited to check these out. I haven't seen these films, and I love love this era of action film. I love Van Damme, so really, really excited. And Sho Kosugi is in, Black Eagle. So a little bit of crossover there, a little bit of crossover. So if I can get this back into frame, that is everything else, I should say, that has been picked up for the month of August. This is going to be, yep, there it is. Everything else that's been picked up for the month of August. So thank you guys so much for sitting down and checking this out with me. If you like this video, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more additional content. We've got the collection updates, sale hauls, review videos, all these different box sets, adventures with much, much more coming along down the pipeline. If you have an opinion on any of these films, please be sure to leave a comment in the comment box down below. I'd be really, really interested to hear your opinions. All of my social media and contact information can be found in the description down below. But other than that, that is everything that I've got for you today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video with my overpriced tumbler. Really hope you enjoyed this video, and I also hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.